From Mike Van Proy and Paul, I will not have Marilyn call you. It is not appropriate. I'm asking you to cease a contact with my wife. This is a request from, let's see, it's a request from both of us? Yeah. From April 16th of 829. Now, I could give you the actual year. hmm Message number 133 of 185. Yeah. Now, I just wanted to know perspective. Why perspective? There's no reason for us to have any contact. I advise you to seek help and ministry advice from another church. Ooch. My elders are in agreement. Ooh. April 16th, 8:29 a.m. back. Oh, uh-huh. And then there's let's see here. I will not respond to any more messages. Oh, back. Additionally, oh, look at that. If you continue to try to contact us in any way, I will seek help from the authorities. At 8:45 a.m. Ooh. Now, when you think about it, yes, this same Mike Van Proyn put a picture of Susan Bowers in a Rotary newsletter, saying that it was Marilyn Van Proyn. Oh, oh, oh. And I thought that when you say don't contact me, that you kept everything that I own, and then you wanted to have me arrested. Pooh. You wanted to have me arrested for harassment, ooch, trespass. Oh. Dave Reed, Tom Bryant, Dan Martinez. Look at that. McDonald's. That's when I moved to Centralia. Ooch. I know the actual day and time when I moved to Centralia. Yeah. Maryland. Oh, let me see here. Let's view this one. Maryland, I'm living at the Serenity House in Port Angeles. My phone is out of minutes. Call me here. Ooch. When you see Mike go to jail. When you see Mike Van Proyn go to jail. Love, Paul. Quite often, when you know that somebody is violating the laws, yes. And it's not just that you kept all my personal items. It's not that you didn't evict me. Yes. It's that you turned the electricity off on me in the middle of winter, thereby obligating me to have to move. Now, since I was involved in a dissolution of marriage at that time, yeah. I would say that Mike intentionally had the electricity turned off on December 20th, yes, of 2012, right, so that I went to my grandmother's house for Christmas, yeah, and then somebody motioned the trial clerk to set a hearing date, yeah, and you intentionally sent it to the wrong address. Did you send it to 1023 Kitchen Dick Road? Now, let's see. I happen to be residing at my grandma Condit's house for that whole time, yes, until you finished with the actual dissolution of marriage, right, without me getting any notice of court hearings. Now, if Mike hadn't turned the electricity off, I'd probably still be volunteering at the church right now. But it looks like that my Uncle Wayne, or my mother, Sandra Taylor, yes, had arranged for me to be, well, removed, yes, so that I would drive to my nearest relative's house. Yeah. I would stay there until after you had issued the decree of dissolution of marriage. Yes. And then after you'd issued that order for support that became a fraud on financial institutions, you made arrangements so that you would change the actual information on my driver's license. Now, obviously, I was living at 1023 Kitchen Dick Road until December 20th of 2012. Yes. And right after the new year, somebody motioned the court for a trial clerk to set an action, yes, for February 11th of 2013 without telling me. Yeah. And since my grandmother lived in Auburn, Washington, does the court realize that Mike Van Proyn conspired, yes, to deprive me of the knowledge of court hearings involving the custody of my sons, depriving me of the knowledge of any child support orders, yes, and then depriving me of the right of informing the court, yes, that you had no jurisdiction to issue the dissolution of marriage. Now, I think I can really prove this in a court of law, J.R. Van Proyen, that you intentionally had me removed from 1023 Kitchen Dick Road because the thought was, well, right after the first year, we're going to motion the court for the dissolution of marriage. And we want to make sure that Paul C. Budnick is not in the county at the time of the motioning of the court. So he will not know that we're going to issue this dissolution of marriage without him being involved in the actual judicial process of being able to do that. Now, it was only 2 weeks later, and that would have been the Christmas break. I remember when I went there to the church and said I was going to my grandmother's house. Yes. And I did speak to Chris Goff. Yeah. And she said, well, she's somewhat upset about it. Yes. Is it such that Mike did understand exactly what were you paid from any relative or any other individual to make the show? Yes. Will you turn the electricity off on me? Yes. Obligating me to have to leave in the middle of winter so that I would not get notice of the hearings of the dissolution. Now, not only is it a harassment, a hate crime, Class C felony. Yes. Because when a landlord doesn't do what the law requires, it's a hate crime, Class C felony. It's now also conspiracy to commit crime. Another felony.